what's going on guys? Welcome back to the another tutorial, and today we are going to create this amazing profile card hover animation using HTML and CSS. I had explained each and every step, so make sure to don't skip any part of this tutorial. And if you are completely new to this channel, let me tell you that I regularly upload awesome tutorials related to web development on this channel, so I will must recommend you to check out my other videos and also subscribe the channel, so whenever I will upload a new tutorial you can get the notification. Let's start creating the profile card hover animation. So I had opened the output here. Now let's see how to write the HTML for it. So first of all, I will create an element for our card. So I will use div tag for that, and I will give it a class of card. And inside that, as you can see, we need one image. Okay, so I will include that image using the image tag, and let me copy and paste the source link of our image. Also, let me write an alternative text. So let's say smiling man. So we have included the image. Now the next thing that we want in our profile card is this details section that is containing the name of the person and his social media handles. So let's create this section. So I will use div tag and I will give it a class of details. And we saw we need a name, so I will use h2 tag for the name, and I will write his name here, that is Jaden Kumar. And now we need social media handles. Okay, so I will create a container for all those three social media handles. So I will use div tag and I will give it a class of social media list, and inside that we need three links. Okay, so I will create three anchor tags, and currently I am passing nothing in the link, but you can feel free to use Facebook links or any social media links. So let me create three links, and inside the links we have to use the social media icons. So I will use Font Awesome icons for including those icons. So let's first include the CDN of Font Awesome. So I will open cdnjs.com in new tab. I will search for Font Awesome here, and I will copy the link tag and I will paste it inside our head tag. And now we can use Font Awesome icons. So I will open fontawesome.com in new tab, and we need the Facebook icon first. So I will search for Facebook here, and we need this icon. So I will open it and I will copy the HTML part and I will paste it inside our anchor tag. Similarly, I will include Twitter and Instagram icons. So I am fast forwarding the video. So this was it for our HTML part, and we have included all the elements. As you can see, we got the icons and we got the name and we got the image. Now let's start styling our profile card using CSS. I will start with a basic reset. So I will use universal selector to target all the elements, and I will give them margin 0, padding 0, and a box sizing of border box. Now I will style our body tag. So I will target the body element and I will give it a background color of 131313, and I want its height to be 100 VH. And now before styling any else element, let's first scale down our image. So I will first of all give our card a fixed height and width. So I will give it a width of 300 pixel and a height of 400 pixel. And now I will target the image inside our card, and I want the image to completely fit into the card. So I will give it a width of 100% and a height of 100%. Now it will completely fit into the card. So let me give a border to our card so that we can see it properly. So let's also give a red color to our border. And now you can see our image is completely fitting into the card. let's also give object fit cover to our image so that it fits into the card and also maintains its aspect ratio. So now you can see our image is looking nice. And now let's center our card within the body element. So I will use the flex method. So I will write display flex on the body element, and I will use justify content center to align our card horizontally center, and I will also use align items center to align our card vertically center. So now you can see our card is in center in our body. So now let's move on to our details section. Okay, so I will target the details section, and first of all let's give it a background color of white, and also I will give it a border so that we can see it properly. So I will give it a border of 2 pixels solid and blue in color. So now you can see the details section, and now what I want is I want to position the details section in relative to our card. So I will write position relative inside our card, and I will use position absolute in the details. And now let's define the position. So I want the details to be at bottom 0 and left 0. And now you can see we positioned our details, and also let's give it a width of 100%. So I will write width 100%, and now you can see the details is covering 100% width. And now let's give some spacing inside it. So I will use padding, and I want the padding to be 20 pixels from all the sides. So you can see we got some nice spacing from all the sides. And now you can see that our name and social media handles are in different rows. Okay, but here you can see they are in one single row. So we have to align them in one single row. So what I will do is I will use display flex on their parents. So you can see the parent of the name and social media list is the details element. So I will write display flex here. And now you can see they are in one row. Let's also place them in the corners. So I will use justify content space between. And now you can see they are in the corners, and also let's align them vertically center. So I will use align items center, and now you can see they are in vertically center. Now let's start styling our name. So I will target the H2 inside the details. So I will target the H2 inside the details, and first of all I will give it a color of 565656, and I want its font family to be Railway. So let's import the Railway font from Google Fonts. So I will open the Google Fonts in new tab, and I want the Railway font. So I will search Railway here, and I will open it, and I want the font weight of 500. So I will select this style, and I will copy the link text, and I will paste it inside our head tag. I will also copy the font family part, and I will paste it inside the H2. And now you can see we got the Railway font on our H2 element. Now let's also give it a text transform of capitalize, because I want the first letter of every word to be in capital letter. Let's also give our H2 element a font size of 20 pixel, and I will also give it a letter spacing of 1 pixel. And now you can see our name is looking nice. And now let's start styling our social media links. So I will target the anchor tags inside social media list, and I will give them a color of 565656, and also I want to remove these underlines from them. So I will write text decoration none. So you can see the underlines are removed now. And now let's give our social media icons some spacing from the right side. So I will use margin right in all of the icons, but not on the last one, because there is no another icon on the right side of it. So we don't want any extra margin right. Okay, so what I will do is I will target all the anchor tags inside the social media list, but not the last child. So this selector will basically select all the anchor tags but not the last child. So we are selecting only these two icons and not the last one. So I want margin right of 10 pixel on them, and now you can see we got some nice spacing here. And that's it for styling the card. Now we have to create the hover animation. So let's start creating the hover animations one by one. So first of all, let's create this scaling image hover animation. So when I am hovering on the card, you can see the image is scaling. Okay, so when I am hovering on the card, so I will target the card in hover state, and we were scaling the image. So I will target the image when the card will be in hover state, and I want to scale the image. So I will use transform property and I will use the scale function, and I want to scale it by 1.2 times. And now you can see when I will hover on the card, the image is scaling. Okay, but here's the problem that the image is scaling and it is overflowing its parent, that is the card element. Okay, so it is overflowing the card element and we don't want it. So what I will do is I will use the overflow property on our card element and I will pass hidden as value. And now what will happen is that the image will still scale and it will still overflow the card element, but since we have used overflow property with the hidden value, we can't see the overflowing part of our image, and it is resulting in this cool effect, and that is what we need. And now let's add a transition property on our image element, since the transition is so much sudden. So what I will do is I will add a transition property on our image, and we are changing the transform property. So I will use transform here, and I want the transition duration to be 0.3 seconds. And now you can see our hover effect on image is completed and it is looking nice. Let's see the next hover effect that we have to create. So we have created this image hover effect, and now the next hover effect is the details coming from somewhere downwards. Okay, so the details section is somewhere downwards, and when we are hovering on the card, it is coming to its original position. So let's create the hover effect for our details section. So as we saw, the details section is coming from somewhere downwards. So what I will do is I will move our details section downwards. So I will write transform property and I will use translate y function, and I will move our details section downwards. So I will use a positive value and I want to move it downwards by 100%. So now you can see our details section is moved to downwards, but since we have used overflow hidden on our card, that's why you can't see the details section. So let's remove the overflow hidden for now. So I will comment it, and now you can see the details section. And now what we have to do is when we will hover on our card element, we have to reset its value to its original position. So let's create the hover effect. So when we will hover on our card, we will reset the value of our details position. So to reset its position, I will pass 0 to translate y function. And now you can see when I will hover on our card element, the details section is coming to its original position. Now let's uncomment the overflow hidden. and now you can see we got the required effect, but the effect is so much sudden that you can't really see the details section coming to its original position. So let's add transition property on our details element. So I will use transition property here, and we are changing the transform property. So I will write transform here, and I want the transition duration to be 0.3 seconds. And now you can see we got the required effect on our details section. Now the last hover effect that is left is the hover effect on our social media links. So when we are hovering on our card, the social media links are coming from somewhere downwards, just like details section, but they are coming one by one. So you can see the Facebook icon come first, then the Twitter, and then the Instagram icon. So let's quickly create this hover animation. So similar to details, we will move our social media icons downwards initially. So I will copy the transform translate Y part, and I will copy it in our anchor tag, and let's also uncomment this value so that we can see our social media icons currently. So you can see the transform property is not working on anchor element. We have given the transform translate Y, but it is not working currently. You can see the social media icons are not moving. So this is because transform property doesn't work on inline level elements, and anchor is an inline level element, and that is why transform is not working on it. So remember this point, that transform property doesn't work on inline level elements. So to make it work, what you have to do is you will have to convert the anchor element into either block level element or inline block level element. So I will convert it to inline block level element, and now you can see they are moved in the downwards direction because transform property is now working on them. And now what we have to do is, when we will hover on our card, we have to reset their position. So when we will hover on our card, we have to reset the anchor elements position. So I will target the anchor tags inside social media list, and I will reset their position by passing 0 to translate Y. And now you can see when I will hover on the card, the social media icons are coming to their original position. And now one more thing that we have to do with our social media icons is we have to change their opacity also. So in this hover effect, they have opacity of 0 initially, such that they are invisible initially, and when I am hovering on our card, they are becoming visible and their opacity is becoming 1. So let's do that also. So I will make their opacity 0 initially, and when we will hover on our card, I will make their opacity 1. And now you can see their opacity is 0 and they are invisible, but when I will hover on card, they are becoming visible because their opacity is becoming 1. Now let's give transition property to our anchor elements so that we can have a smooth transition. So I will write transition here, and I want the transition on all the properties. So I will write all, and I want the transition duration to be 0.3 seconds. And now let's also remove the borders that we have given, and also let's uncomment it. So I will remove the borders, and now let's see what we got. And now when I will hover on our card, you can see everything is working fine, but the only thing left is to add a transition delay between the elements. As you can see, the Facebook icon is coming first, and then the Twitter icon, and then the Instagram icon. So we will have to add transition delay in our social media links. So I will target the Facebook icon first, and the Facebook one is the first anchor tag in our social media list. So I will target the first anchor element in our social media list. So I will use the first child pseudo class. So this selector will select the first anchor element inside the social media list. So we will add a transition delay of 0.1 seconds on our first anchor element, and similarly we will target our second anchor element. So we will use nth child now. Okay, so we will use nth child pseudo class and we will pass 2 to it, and this selector will select the second anchor element inside social media list. And now I will give it a transition delay of 0.2 seconds. And now we have to select the last anchor element. So you can either use nth child and pass 3 to it. This will select the third anchor element inside social media list, or you can also use last child pseudo class, since the third child is also the last child of social media list. So this will also select the third child. And now here I want to add the transition delay of 0.3 seconds. So we had given a transition delay of 0.1 seconds to our first anchor element, and then we have increased the transition delay by 0.1 seconds on the second anchor element, and then again we have increased the transition delay by 0.1 seconds on the third anchor element. And by doing this, the transition of first anchor element will start after 0.1 seconds, and the transition of second anchor element will start after 0.2 seconds, and the transition of the third anchor element will start after 0.3 seconds. Therefore, they will come to their original position one by one, and that is what we need. And now let's see what we got when we will hover on our card element. And here you can see we completed our profile card hover animation, and it is looking great. So this was it guys, we have successfully created this awesome profile card hover animation, and I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys will have any doubts related to any step, just feel free to comment your doubts in the comment section. And if you guys like this tutorial, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe the channel, because I regularly upload awesome tutorials on this channel. And before ending this video, I want to tell you guys that this YouTube channel is in collaboration with an amazing platform known as Newton School. You can check out their website, the link is in description. And also let's understand a bit about what exactly is Newton School. Let's see about what is Newton School. So Newton School is a platform which prepares you for your career in tech. It has courses designed for working professionals, freshers, and even people with no tech background. That means even if you are from a non-tech background, you can also join this platform and can make your career in tech. Newton School will first train you for 6 months and will help you become an amazing full stack developer. Now you might be thinking whether this platform is free or not. So let me tell you a cool thing, that you don't have to pay Newton School anything until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. I repeat guys, you don't have to pay Newton School anything for the 6 months full stack developer training until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. And I think this is something that all of us should expect from any training program. So must check out their website for more information. I will provide the link in description. Now on their website you can see they have something called the Launchpad. So Launchpad is basically an initiative taken by Newton School for people who want to start their coding journey from scratch, and that too absolutely free of cost. This video of mine will be also available on the Launchpad section. You can go there anytime and you can learn basics of programming languages, you can practice quizzes, and even you can do assignments. These all things are completely free to do. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial.